Welcome to Funnel Hacker Radio Podcast, where we go behind the scenes and uncover the tactics and strategies top entrepreneurs are using to make more sales, dominate their markets, and how you can get those same results. Here's your host, Dave Woodward.
Should be live. Hey, welcome. Welcome back to Funnel Hacker Radio on ClickFunnels homepage with the one and only Jim Edwards, the big man.
Hey guys. I'm doing my Russell wave. Hey guys, Jim Edwards here.
Hey, how are you? Again, this is we've been trying to pull this together for a long time. Actually, this is something I've been wanting to do. I have a lot of questions recently, so this is actually going to be on. We're doing this as a video, so it's Funnel Hacker Radio as a podcast. So the audio will be on our iTunes channels and everything else. The YouTube will be on funnelhacker.tv, and this is actually going live right now on Facebook, our group. So if there's questions, I'll try to be bouncing back and forth between pages, seeing if I get the questions answered. But one of the main things I get asked all the time right now, and that is people are always saying, you know, gosh, there's so much going on as far as ClickFunnels and funnel scripts. What's funnel scripts? How does funnel scripts work? How can I use it? And I thought the only way I can actually do justice to that is by actually bringing Jim on, let him talk about funnel scripts, how you can actually use it as a funnel hacker, and more importantly, some of the cool things that he's been adding recently, one of which is a podcast platform, which I think is just awesome since this is actually being on a podcast. So with all that, Jim, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me, Dave. I'm excited. Yes, it took us a little while to get this done, but we got it done. And this was the preordained time that you and I should be here together talking about this.
And I'm just hoping this is actually going in live. That's my only question. And if it's not, I'm going to we'll post it later. But anyways, so let's just dive right in.
Okay.
It says it's going live on Facebook, and I am assuming that is actually doing just that. So with all that said, I want to just kind of dive right into this, Jim, and say, how did funnel scripts come about?
Funnel scripts came about because I know from doing online stuff for the last 20 years, and I used to teach people how to create websites back in the day of making them with Mozilla and doing HTML. And I know once you teach somebody how to put up a site, the next thing they got to do is figure out, okay, what words are going to go on the site. And back in the day, you could do that with just education and whatnot, but the world has changed. And then when I saw ClickFunnels and ClickFunnels taken off, and then I read Russell's book, here it is. When I read Dotcom Secrets, and I had seen Russell on a cruise, and you know, we'd seen each other and kind of connected there. And I said, dang, every single one of these things, I said, I can turn all of these scripts into software. And literally, I know that because I've already done it with some other stuff. I said, I can turn all these scripts into software. So literally all anybody would have to do is just fill out a form, whack a button, copy and paste, and put it right over into their funnel. And so I actually took several of them and I turned them into scripts. And then I contacted Russell. I said, dude, your book is awesome. And I got an idea. I want to show you something. He's like, oh yeah, okay. But then he gave me a chance to show him what I had. And then he got all excited. He's like, do you mean to tell me that we can? And I said, yes. So and I'm summarizing like many months of back and forth and stuff, but when we first started with funnel scripts, we had one downloadable wizard, we had the perfect webinar wizard, and we had 19 online scripts. And so we fast forward now, this is coming up on 2 years now with funnel scripts. We have over 40 online scripts, and we have now 6 downloadable wizards that will do everything from help you create your amazing, complete perfect webinar, that'll create your VSLs, it'll create surveys, it takes Star Story Solution, it creates the masterclass out of the Expert Secrets book, and of course the one that we have just released today, in fact, or yesterday. In fact, I haven't even had a chance to announce the replay yet, but it is posted. And we have introduced the podcast and FB Live interview wizard, which makes it super easy for you to do amazing interviews with people. You literally just fill out 16 questions, and one of them's your name and the other's your website. So it's really only 14 questions you have to think about. And you whack that button and it will create for you a dozen different interviews. It will create all of your marketing materials, your emails, your Facebook posts, your Facebook ads. It even writes the email teasers, and it even writes the thank you email to send to the person that you interview. So that right there basically helps you to do amazing interview videos like what we're doing here on Facebook, interviews for your podcast. It cuts out the 4 hours of prep time, what's called show prep, that it takes for most people to put together on average. That's how long it takes to do all the stuff, to create your show notes, to create your ads, to create your interview questions, to create your emails, to create your teasers, all these things, and literally reduces it down to 10 minutes. And so that's basically how the podcast and FB Live Interview Wizard goes. But, you know, that's, did that answer your question about how we got started with funnel scripts?
The great thing about working with Jim is you just say one thing and it just goes and goes and goes and goes. You don't have to say anything else.
Yeah. So I was told as a child I had a big mouth, but then I told my mom, you know, one time I was speaking from the stage, I said, "How's that motor mouth working out now, Mom?" She said, "It's working out okay." There
you go. So no, honestly, I think the part, only because I had the opportunity of seeing the Wizard as you were creating for the podcast, and it is a huge, huge, huge blessing for anybody who's doing podcasts. But more importantly than that, I love how originally was just gonna be podcast. It's now also for Facebook Live.
Right.
And I think that's the part that people have to understand is it's actually, a lot of people don't know exactly what to say or how to get things started or all of that. And the best thing I love about funnel scripts is it takes out all of the writer block type of problems that most people have, which is always the hardest part, is just getting started.
The hardest thing that you will ever look at is a blank blinking cursor taunting you like, "Hey, got to write an email teaser, right? Blink, 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 blink. Hey, got to write a sales letter. Blink, blink, blink." And the hardest draft is the first draft. And so what funnel scripts does, no matter whether you're trying to create an email sequence, I mean, we just added an email onboarding sequence that writes an 11 email sequence for you, 11 emails in order to onboard something, to anything from software to a physical product, to a service, to coaching, to a home study course, doesn't matter. Total onboarding sequence for you. And the hardest draft is always the first draft. And so what funnel scripts does is it creates that first draft for you based on proven sales copy or email templates or video sales letter templates, on templates that we know, on scripts we know produce results. And instead of you having to learn the script and then learn the language and then type from scratch, it takes from your head, you type it in, you whack the button, it puts it into the proven formulas and it spits it out for you. So all you have to do is just edit it and then put it over into your ClickFunnels funnel. It couldn't be any easier unless I came to your house, filled it out for you while you made me my favorite lunch and I charged you $1,000 an hour.
Well, if you don't mind, let's just dive right in. Can you share your screen and just show people some of this cool stuff?
Sure. Yeah.
And we'll talk through, for those people who are listening on the audio, we'll make sure you guys can understand some of the stuff that Jim is showing you, so you guys aren't missing out on any of this stuff as well.
Okay. So you're seeing my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay. So basically with funnel scripts, the way we have it organized is as soon as you pull up, you come into the dashboard. And when you're new to funnel scripts, or if you have been using funnel scripts, but you haven't seen this yet, you need to watch the quick start video. And the quick start video just explains the mechanics of how all of the online scripts work, and also how the downloadable scripts work. Then we have something that really should be your first stop anytime you're looking to do something with funnel scripts, and it's the funnel scripts blueprints and training. And basically what this does is it lays out for you the main funnels that anybody's going to use, and then you have click-through access to the exact funnel scripts that you need to build that part of your funnel. So if you're doing a product sales funnel, of course, every one of your pages needs a headline. So you can just click right on through to the headline script. If you want to use a PowerPoint opt-in video script, then you can click on that. Or if you want to use the lead capture script, or if you want to use the call to action script, then on your sales page or your OTO page, we have all these different scripts that'll help you create long sales letters, short sales letters, PowerPoint VSLs, VSLs that you can use, like Russell does, talking directly into the camera. So we have all of these in here. So one of the questions I get is, hey, Jim, I just signed up for funnel scripts, and which script should I use? And my question is, well, what kind of funnel are you making? Because that's going to dictate which funnel script you actually use. And I will tell you, there are a few that everybody needs to use pretty much for everything, like the headline script. So if you come down here, we actually have 3 different headline scripts, 2 for sales letters and 1 for content. My favorite is the killer headline script, because this is the one where it just makes amazing headlines super, super fast. And we have on a lot of the scripts, we have individual instructional videos and stuff. And we also have example projects so that you can, instead of having to stare at a blank, again, just filling out the blanks, which, by the way, is as easy as we can make it, because we give you prompts and examples, but you can click on many of these. We have examples. So if you had an info product, even if you didn't have a stock investing course, you could click on this example for the stock investing info product, and it will automatically populate all of these blanks so that you can see how somebody else used it. And then you can say, okay, well, my target audience is not a beginner investor, it's a funnel hacker, or whatever it is. So our number 1 keyword topic, stock investing, pick winning stocks. So all you have to do is just basically go through and answer the questions, and it makes it even easier because we give you the prompts. You know, when you wave your magic wand, how fast do they get the big payoff? You can get results automatically, quickly, instantly. So makes it super easy. Then you click build, and it'll show you what you put in. And then it will give you, in this case, it gives you a whole bunch of different output. Now, if you read Russell's book, which I'm holding up, which I guess nobody can see, but if you read Russell's book, one of the things that he teaches you in Dotcom Secrets is the difference between hot, warm, and cold traffic. And for those of you paying attention at home, it's on page 119, okay? And so hot, warm, and cold traffic, you'll understand the difference between that is basically they know about you and your product, they know there's a solution out there, or they have no idea there's a solution. All they know is they have a problem. So one of the ways to get really much better conversion is to use hot, warm, or cold headlines based on the temperature of your traffic. And just as an aside, we all know from paying attention to Russell that the way to make a whole lot of money is to be able to convert warm and cold traffic with paid ads. That's how you create a killer scalable business. So what we can do here in this part, I mean, and I'll point out down below, there's like 100, 150 different headlines down here, but they can all start looking the same. So what I like to do, we have a neat little thing built in here where you can just click this, and every time you click it, it'll load a different headline. So what you can do is use this to see which one grabs your attention. So let's say we're going after warm traffic. So let's say new, earn a double-digit return on your stock investments without losing money on stocks fast, or today, or so it'll load different little now. So there you go. Pick more money making stocks without losing money on stocks. Watch this free video that reveals how you can gain an unfair advantage with picking winning stocks and avoid losing money. So here's a quick way to pick more money making stocks. I like this one. So what I would do is just add that to the clip bin, or I can just copy and paste it right there by clicking that button. We'll go right over into funnel scripts, and I can, I don't have ClickFunnels open, but I can literally just paste that into my text editor here. So
for Jim, one of the things I love is the fact, as far as not hot, warm, and cold, and that ability to be able to identify your audience is one of the things a lot of people struggle with, as far as who actually am I speaking to? And you've been able to use the scripts to be able to identify that. I also want to make sure, if you guys have questions, go ahead and put them down in the comments, and I'll make sure that we get this answered for those of you guys who are following us on Facebook as well.
Yeah, the big thing is that what funnel scripts does is it helps you to overcome one of the biggest challenges that people have when they're writing sales copy. And that is when you need to come up with a headline, you have a situation where, and I'll come back to this, but I want you guys to hear me and pay attention to what I'm saying. most people struggle to come up with good headlines. Most people struggle to come up with good bullets and calls to action and stuff like that. And so what happens is once you just finally get one, you're so excited because you finally got a headline that you don't want to have to think up more. So you're like, okay, I got this headline. I'm going to show this puppy to everybody. This is the headline. Okay. And it either works or it doesn't, but it's like, oh, well, it's working kind of good or whatever. And that's the problem, is that you need to be able to come up with a bunch of different types of headlines and different versions of headlines so you can test them, because this is a fact of life with funnels. The first version of the funnel you come out with is not the one that's going to make you all the money. I've only ever had one headline in 20 years be a headline I could never beat through testing. And so the great thing about what Funnel Scripts does is that it helps you not only come up with the different traffic temperature headlines, but it helps you come up with different variations so you can test them. So because that's where the money's made, is in getting it in there and then testing different versions and incrementally improving it. And that's one of the reasons why I love ClickFunnels so much, is because they make testing so easy, because you can just copy and paste into a couple different versions and boom, you're done. So that's, I just wanted to really point that out, that the headline's the most important thing. That's why we take so much time. And this one we've spent just tons of time on, and we're updating it and we're adding more headline scripts and stuff. But that's one of the great things about Funnel Scripts, is it makes it easy for you to test different things, headlines, bullets, calls to action, all these different things, instead of just saying, you know, I'm going to kill myself to come up with this one. It's like, holy crap, glad that's over. And then you never touch it again. Then you wonder why you're breaking even or losing money.
Well, Jim, I think the cool thing, obviously, the headlines are fantastic. But if you take a look at some of the other crazy stuff that gets created, is you actually, like for the perfect webinar, your whole webinar, you guys, I mean, you create like the whole webinar.
Yes. The perfect, here, I'll share my screen again. Dun, dun, dun. This is so awesome. So the cool thing about this is, one of the other things, and this was something that Russell introduced. And if you look up at the top, we have all these scripts from Expert Secrets, which is Russell's second book, which I told him I thought was actually better than the first book, and he agreed with me. Otherwise I wouldn't have said that. But one of the things that he teaches is this whole progression of scripts. So, you know, the who, what statement script, the opportunity switch headline, the ask campaign, the master class, the big domino, 5 curiosity hooks, the epiphany bridge. And then the perfect webinar is really how you take all of these things that he teaches in that book and you turn it into this wonderful, totally effective sales machine that can take someone who has never sold before, or never sold successfully before, or has struggled, and gives you the framework to be able to just put together a presentation that slays it for anybody. And the cool thing that this, and this is one of the 6 downloadable wizards that we have, but basically what here, and I'll open it up, but the perfect webinar wizard basically walks you through step by step by step exactly what Russell teaches in the Expert Secrets book. And it'll probably take you about an hour to go through and answer all the questions and stuff. But I want you to think about this. Most people we talk to, when they say, oh, I got to put together a perfect webinar, it takes them at least a week. I mean, Russell even says when he's putting it together, it takes at least a week.
Crazy amount of time.
You can put
this wizard is just, I mean, it puts everything out for you, and then it actually puts it also down under the either PowerPoint or Keynote.
Exactly. So I'll show you a couple things that it can do if you want. But we had a couple of guys tell us that in fact, we did a whole case study on them, that basically they were able to take this and create a 6-figure business or 6 figures worth of sales by just using this Wizard to create the webinars, and they're teaching people how to mix music. They're teaching musicians how to mix music. So this isn't just something where you're like, oh, this is just to sell, make money stuff. No, this is to, if you have something that solves a problem or satisfies a desire for people, then you can create an amazing webinar to help people to be able to get what they want. So basically, once you've filled out the blanks, okay, and the cool thing we have now, Russell taught about the perfect webinar in the first Dotcom Secrets book, and then in the Expert Secrets book, he really expanded upon it and made it even more awesome. And so what I did was I went back and I added all the distinctions that he made in the Expert Secrets book and came out with version 2.0. So you just answer all the questions. We even reference the book with pages so that you can literally, oh, okay, this is where I'm supposed to share a secret. Well, I'm not sure how to do that. Let me go to page 134 on the Expert Secrets book and it'll show me what to do. Then this thing will output it'll output your webinar outline. It outputs an opt-in video script. So you want to create a video to tell people to opt in for your perfect webinar. You want to create the opt-in sales page copy, creates all the webinar closes. So, you know, when you hear Russell using closes like now's the time to decide or info's not enough or any of these things, it creates all the customized closes for you, creates all your promo ads, creates your email teasers. And the coolest thing is that it literally will create all of your webinar slides totally. And I got to bring it over on here, but it'll create all of your webinar slides for you that perfectly go through the perfect webinar, no pun intended, perfectly go through everything you're supposed to be doing. It goes through all of the right steps. It goes through the reframe, everything. And then it creates your entire stack. It creates all the closes that you need. Everything is there, completely done. It creates 104 slides for you just from filling out that wizard. And it does your price drop. It does the building the stack, it does the guarantee, it does your bonuses, everything. And then it has all of the slides with the closes as well. And it gives you word for word, totally customized, exactly how to say exactly what Russell would say to sell your product, but it's you saying it. And this is another one of those things where literally the only way I could make this easier would be if you paid me $10,000 to come to your house while you made me my favorite lunch and I filled this out for you and helped you do the slides. I mean, that would be the only way that I could make it easier.
Well, Jim, we talked about the podcast webinar, the perfect webinar. What are the other wizards that you have created?
Well, Dave, I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. So just playing. So the other downloadable wizards that we have we have the Vsl Wizard, which literally you answer, I think, 24 questions.
So for those people who don't know what a VSL is a video sales letter.
Yeah.
So a lot of people struggle with how am I going to create a sales letter that I actually have on video? And this actually creates the video sales letter for you.
Right. And it'll either create the script in text or it will create it on a PowerPoint slide deck that you can customize. So you don't even have to get on camera if you don't. So as before I got my new glasses.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an ugly picture of you.
Hey, that is attention getting. People want to know what that's about.
Yeah, it looks like a convict sitting there going,
oh my God, I didn't know we were going to turn. Okay, nice headphones, Dave, by the way. Did you borrow those from your daughter?
Yes, I did. Thanks for knowing me. For a long time, Jim. Thanks.
Anyway, but what this does, I mean, literally those cool videos that you see when Russell is talking into the camera and he gets you to buy stuff because he sells awesome stuff. If you want to make those same kind of videos, this software will help you do it in like a half an hour. It's not days and weeks to put it together. In a half an hour, you fill the thing out, you whack the button and you do a little edit and you're good to go. The
I love that.
easy survey script, this one, what it does is it helps you to come up with those really cool scripts and quizzes that you use at the beginning of a funnel to get people to engage and also to segment themselves, so that if they answer, let's say we were doing something with, I don't know, for sale by owner. And we said, okay, are you, have you ever sold a house before? Yes or no? So if they say yes, you say, have you ever done it without a realtor? Yes or no? And then if they say, you know, so then you can just build this sequence so that people end up seeing a very specific landing page. And that's a really cool functionality that's baked right into ClickFunnels. But sometimes it's hard for people to figure out what the questions are they should ask to construct those. So this wizard helps you really easily create a survey like that based on the very best survey funnels that we hacked to be able to do that. And specifically, Stephen was the one who hacked them. He went out and looked at like 100 different survey funnels, and we isolated the best elements from all of them, and we built it right into this really cool piece of software. Again, take you less than a half an hour to do it. The star stories. Go ahead, Dave.
I'm gonna have you jump over to one of my favorite ones. Actually, is that masterclass one.
Okay.
And that, I think, because people are always going, geez, how do you actually create all the content for these masterclasses? What is a masterclass? And how is all that? And this thing just crushes an entire product. I mean, you're creating a product for them.
Yeah, the Masterclass Wizard, again, the Masterclass was a concept that Russell introduced in Expert Secrets. And this is really the product that you use to establish yourself as the preeminent expert in your blue ocean. And so what this does, literally step by step by step, is it helps you create an amazing masterclass that hits all of the points that you need to hit, but then it also creates all of your marketing materials for the masterclass as well. If you want to sell it, it writes your sales letter for you. If you want to give it away for free on the first round, which Russell says is a good idea, it'll write your sales copy for that. It creates your ads, it creates emails, it creates everything you need to promote your masterclass as well. So, and with all of these downloadable wizards, we have extensive training with each one of them. We walk you through it step by step by step, exactly how to use it, but they're very intuitive. If you know how to answer a question, Dave, do you know how to answer questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you can use all of these wizards. If you can answer a question, you can use all of these wizards because it's all built around a very simple formula. And the simple formula is this: fill out the form, whack the button, copy and paste, and you're good to go. That's it. That's the whole principle behind funnel scripts. And
I love it.
And the cool thing that I've really enjoyed is taking like people love Expert Secrets. And you can tell, I mean, this is Dave. I remember when Dave gave me this. This is actually a proof copy. This isn't even a commercial copy. Probably worth some money if I hadn't scarred it all up. But I mean, there's so much gold in here, and Russell teaches it step by step by step. The only thing that makes it better is the fact that with funnel scripts, all you need to do is say, oh, okay, I need to create my own opportunity switch. So instead of going through the book like I did here and, you know, analyzing all the stuff and figuring out what you're going to do, all you have to do is go to the opportunity switch script in funnel scripts, fill that bad boy out, and you're done. That's it. You're ready to go.
I'm so excited. Honestly, this is one of my favorite products that you've created for us, actually, because I think it was one of the missing pieces. A lot of people were struggling with this, the copy and how to actually create that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for creating this. Most importantly, I appreciate that you are always updating it. I think that's the part that
I think that surprised some people. Honestly, it
surprised me, actually.
Why?
No, just because it's so often, again, in the information marketing space, so often a product gets created and it's done and it sits on a shelf and it's like a static thing. This is a very dynamic product. It's changing all the time. So again, kudos to you, Jim, for pulling this thing off.
I think the reason that we do that is because just like ClickFunnels is committed to, and I remember when Russell started ClickFunnels, people were like, hey, well, I'll promote it when I see you're going to stick with it for a while. And I think it really demonstrates the commitment that really this is the solution that people need. You know, ClickFunnels is the solution you need if you got to sell stuff online. And Funnel Scripts is the solution you need if you need the words to put on the screen to get people to buy. And so also we're committed to our customers. So when people say, hey, I need now, some people are like, hey, I need something to do this and I need it by next Tuesday. That don't happen because this isn't just something that we just slap together. I mean, a lot of testing, a lot of thought, a lot of brain power has to go on to make it so these things actually work for virtually every different scenario that you could think of, for physical products, e-commerce, services, all these things that people that we have to make it work in all of those different things. So the thing we always come back to is if you sell something that satisfies a desire or solves a problem, then Funnel Scripts will work for you. That's the key thing. And plus, I just have a lot of fun creating these things. I know you might think that's really weird, but it's like a giant puzzle. It's a challenge. Can I create something that will help a customer to overcome what we might call the liberal arts barrier or the creativity barrier, where they're just not wired to do that on their own? But if I can hand them a first draft, then they can, oh yeah, that's how I would say it. And it's because it's all your thoughts. I'm just taking your thoughts and I'm putting them into proven sales copy in a way that works. And so it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I love helping people. I love getting the emails where people say, you know, you changed my life with Funnel Scripts. Funnel Scripts changed my life. And you get the occasional one like, Funnel Scripts sucks. But I mean, you'll get one of those. And then like within 5 minutes, you'll get somebody, this changed my life. You're awesome. And so that's why I do it. I mean, this has been the most fun I've had in the last 20 years because this is something that's just making a huge difference for people, because you can have all the tools in the world, but if you don't have a way to get the copy on the page in a way that is going to make people buy from you, sign up, dial the phone, fill out the form to become a lead, or click the link to take the next step, you will fail and you'll give up. So I really see Funnel Scripts as a mission. Really, honestly, I see it as a mission to help people who honestly need help and who need a fast result, instead of buying, you know, I can show you back there on my table all these, you know, just a few copywriting books. You're going to go buy these copywriting and advertising books and read them in order to be able to write your sales letter by next Monday. You're not going to do that. Nobody is. I might, but I mean, most people are not. You just don't have the time, energy, and effort to do that. And the thing is, it used to be, Dave, you know, when we were starting out, online sales, a funnel was basically a long form sales letter and a buy button. That's all sales was. Okay.
Exactly.
And an email teaser. Now there's so many different things that go into making a funnel successful. And we didn't even show you guys the Facebook ads. The Facebook ads script is the one that people go absolutely insane over, because it's the thing they have so many problems with. Do you want me to show that real quick or no? We don't have time. No, we don't have time. That's fine. The thing
get it at funnelscripts.com.
Exactly. But I lost track, but the things where people have problems are, and there's so many different things. You got to be able to write Facebook ads. You got to be able to write email teasers. You got to be able to write follow-up email sequences. You got to be able to create regular ads. You got to be able to create, you know, case studies and testimonials and all these different things, bullets. All these different things you need to be able to be really, really, really good at really, really fast, because the world is moving so much faster now. It used to be you could set something up, you were good to go for a couple of years. Now you've got to constantly be in this flow and be able to do these things quicker and quicker and quicker. And if you're going to be the marketer and the traffic driver and the funnel builder and all these different things, you don't have time to do your funnel copy from scratch. You need an awesome tool to help you do it. And that's what Funnel Scripts does.
I love it. Again, guys, go get your copy at funnelscripts.com. For me, it has been a lifesaver, and this copy is stuff that I've been using. I love the podcast script. Actually, the Facebook ad thing, we didn't have time to get into it, so go check it out. And Jim, any other parting words before we wrap things up?
I would say the best compliment I ever got was when Russell told me before, when we did a Funnel Friday, he's like, "Hey man, I used Funnel Scripts to create an email. It was really good." I think he likes to do stuff from scratch. But the thing I would tell you is that when it comes to Funnel Scripts, I am the #1 power user. Anytime I need to create anything, I go straight into Funnel Scripts because that's the way I write copy. And I've done really well over the years writing copy for just my own stuff. You can't hire me to write copy for you. And so the proof is in the pudding. If the creator is the one that's using it, it's kind of like Russell builds all of his funnels with ClickFunnels. I create all my copy with Funnel Scripts. I mean, that's the best proof I can give you that it actually works. And the other thing I would tell you, and this is the God's honest truth, Funnel Scripts is too cheap. We still don't charge enough money for it. There are people out there who are charging thousands of dollars a year for far inferior products. And Funnel Scripts, for an automated service like what it is the #1 thing in the world that you could buy. And we don't charge enough money for it. So if you're already a Funnel Scripts subscriber, don't ever let that thing lapse, because the price is always going up. And if you're not a Funnel Scripts subscriber yet, you need to be, because you're wasting a ton of time and energy creating copy that we can help you with much quicker. And the price will be going up again at some point, and you don't want to pay more for something you need right now.
I love it. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Jim, once again, thank you so much for creating it. Most of all, thanks for being on the show, and thanks to Russell Brunson. Goodbye. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Dave. Great being here. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you, bud.
Thanks for listening to Funnel Hacker Radio Podcast. If you'd like to be notified anytime we release a new episode, just subscribe over at funnelhackerradio.com. In addition to that, we'd love to send you a free gift. You can find that free gift at funnelhackerradio.com/free trial. One last thing is, we love giving away cars. So if you'd like access to a free dream car, all you have to do is go to funnelhackerradio.com/dream car, and you'll get all the details. Thanks again for listening.